Well, hello everybody. I'm back. This is David Wade in the kitchen, and I'm here today to cook something that I kind of like thought of creatively as a cook slash singer. Well, my background is from Louisiana, but also I lived most of my life in Naples, Italy. So there's like amalgamation of culture coming together in a more knowing way. Because of course Louisiana is a mixture of Europe, and of course I'm made of all those things anyway because I'm Creole. Creole is a mixture of Spanish, African, and French. So, and Italian as well. So, out of all of that, they all came to Louisiana and met up in New Orleans and made this wonderful, wonderful music that we call jazz. And we're still doing it in so many different ways. It's just that amalgamation of energy that came together to make music in a way that we all can feel and understand in that intellectual manner. But as we do all that, we have a little drink on the side to just relax things a bit. So cheers from Crown Royal and Coca-Cola. But anyway, what I'm cooking for you today is called a crawfish casserole. And first of all, I'd like to start by saying make sure you have all of your ingredients already set out, because I'm the kind of person, I'll get everything put in places, in the cupboard or in the refrigerator or somewhere, and start cooking. And once I have finished cooking, I realize, oh, I forgot to put something in it. So to alleviate that possibility of forgetting your child at the supermarket, make sure you keep it close by putting it on the counter somewhere where you can always see it. All right? And that's what I've done here. If you can see, I've placed everything down on the counter. And I'll show them to you separately as we go so you'll know exactly what types of ingredients we're going to be using. And with this casserole, of course, we need pasta. And the kind of pasta I'm using is called elbow pasta. And it's a very good brand because Barilla is, the boxes I know for sure made in Italy. I've met the person in person at a wedding one time in my life where I was doing this very important wedding, and he's the most exciting, lovable person you could ever come across. No names. But anyway, this is the pasta that you would be using. And of course, you get your water boiling, and make sure you add your salt in the water, but not too much because you don't want it to be too salty. But at the same time, I will add a little seafood stock, which gives the pasta a flavor that I like. I like my pasta to have some kind of flavor also within the pasta while it's boiling. That way, once it's all done and you put it along with the other foods that you're cooking with it, which is a seafood type thing. Although crawfish does not come out of the sea, they come out of the ground. They're called mud bugs, crayfish, but we call them crawfish. And they're very popular in Louisiana. But anyway, for those of you who don't know what crawfish is, I'm sorry. I can't do that for you, except for tell you look it up on Google and figure it out, because I don't have an actual live crawfish here, but what I can do is show you something. Just a minute. Now, let's hope that the picture of the crawfish is on here. Wow, it certainly is. Okay, I get the packed crawfish, and this is what it looks like. It looks like a little small baby lobster. That's what it is. It's called crawfish. All right. And I bought these packs right there at the wonderful store called Walmart. And don't get me on the subject of talking about Walmart, because we'll never get finished with this meal. And I really would like to complete it without having to do 3 different segments like I did the last time, because I didn't know exactly what I was doing. I kept pushing the stop button when I should have pushed the pause button. But anyway, let's take a drink on that. Now as our water is boiling in our pot over here, we're going to change this around so you can see. I'm going to pour a little bit of this stock in the water. Okay, pour as much as you want. You know, I put water in there as well because, you know, I don't have no funds to be buying a whole bunch of these things and using this and that's it. Now, if you have enough money to buy about 5 of these to boil the pasta in, the more the merrier. And once this water, of course, is at the right temperature that I want it to be before I put the pasta in, it shouldn't boil. It should take no more than 7 minutes to boil and to make it, you know, where it should be. Here it says brings, let's see, yeah, 7 minutes, I was right. So 7 minutes, it should be completed. But of course, test it so it won't, you know, just in case. Make sure you test it, take one out, see if it's at the right texture. You don't want it to be gummy or hard. You want it to be a little firm, but not too mushy either. Okay? All right. Now what I'm going to be doing here is, I have all of these ingredients. Instead of using breadcrumbs, I decided to use a type of a cornbread dressing where I'll put on the top of the actual casserole once it's been completed, then I'll place it in the oven. But these are the ingredients that I'm going to be using along with it while the pasta is boiling. Now I've already prepared this ahead of time, so you know there won't be a whole bunch of unnecessary time as far as doing things, because some people, you know, if you're cooking, you already know how to cut things up, I'm sure. You know, you should know how. If you don't, well, you can figure that out on your own, because I ain't got time to show you everything. But this is the bell pepper that I cut up, bell pepper in long slices, and we're going to cook that also all together. And these are the sausages, Creole smoked sausages that I've cut up already. And we're going to have bacon, which I've already sliced up to give it that nice smoked flavor as well. Okay, we have all of these already prepared, so we won't have to be worrying about, you know, in other words, I'm really trying to save time on the little things where you can see actually how it's going to be cooked. Okay? Just making sure you can see me. Okay. Just turn the heat on that. And now I'm going to throw my pasta in here. When your pasta's in there, you could pour a little olive oil inside the pasta so it won't stick. You know, you don't like no sticky pasta. And you pour that in there to give it a little slippery action in there so it won't stick together. You know, that olive oil keeps it coated from sticking too much. All right, we're allowing that to boil. Put it on high. And we're waiting on the temperature to, we're going to put some olive oil in this pan as well so we can start cooking our ingredients here. First thing I'm going to do is start cooking the bacon. As the bacon is cooking, we're going to wait till it kind of like marmalize. You know, we're gonna get it that nice creamy brown texture to it. Marmalize, marmalize. You know, that word marmalize, what the hell does that mean? You know? Yeah, that's the term they use. They taught me that when I was cooking at this place. And it's almost like a brownish type of a creamy looking color to it. You know, it's not burned up either. You don't want to burn it. For God's sake, don't burn it. But give it that marmalized type of a texture where it's nice and crispy, but also has a creamy look to it, you know? And we're going to do that. And as we're doing that, let me get a spoon. And like I told you, I don't have all of these utensils. And yeah, I work. I got a job. I do have a job. I'm not on all that other stuff. I do have a job, but I'm very frugal about what I spend my money on, because some things I learn how to use in the most efficient ways. I don't go spend money on a whole bunch of stuff when I can make use of one item and use it for several different ways. That's how you save money. All right? We as Americans have become a little lazy with so many different choices and conveniences we have. I mean, we'll get all these different things when we can have one thing that can still accomplish the same thing, you know? So why do it when you can use a spoon? You can use a spoon for everything almost. But that's what we call ad-libbing. And I've learned how to do that in my life, because sometimes you just didn't have all the things you really needed. So you may do with what you had, you know? What you have. Like for example, all right? I don't have one of those fancy strainers that most people have to use. So what I did was, you know, when I buy those like frozen dinners that have things, I kept this type of thing right here that comes inside the container. I kept it. It was free after I bought it. So what I do is I put my pasta in here slowly, and whatever drops in, I keep the pasta. It doesn't go down the drain. And look at that. It comes to use all the time. So make use of the things that you already have. Don't throw it away. So we're going to put that there for the pasta when it's finished boiling. But as I do the bacon, I'll try to show this to you as it's cooking, it's marmalizing. Right? I'm going to try my best to get this over here for you. Yeah, we're doing it up. We're gonna make sure that you're able to see most of the things that I'm doing as well. It's the pasta. This is the bacon that's marmalizing. Okay, can you see that? How it's coming? All right. Yeah, that's it, you guys. It's coming along. It's coming along. All right. Okay. And we're still on. All right, we're still on. So, you know, cheers. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Saturday. Day before Easter. Because right now you don't have any choice but to be at home and be with your family and sit around and entertain yourselves with people that you love. Yeah, I said people that you love, you know, and come together and share the special moments with one another. And I think it's great that we are almost forced to do this. Well, most of us, well, I'm at home and I'm in my own peace and quiet soul. You know, I'm sorry, but you know, that's the way it is for some people. But I'm not complaining. I'm having a great time here, all by myself, enjoying my own freedom. Right? Anybody telling me who's using the restroom? I need to use the restroom next. When you gonna come out? You know, I know all that stuff goes on when you're living with a whole bunch of different people. But that's a part of it, and it's just things that we go through, and we learn to appreciate it and also understand it, because that's just a part of what life is when you're sharing it with other people. But anyway, so far for all of that, you know. Okay, now, you know, we're still busy cooking this. I'm baking, okay? But while this is being cooked, while my pasta is also being done, I don't want to bore you with the long process. So right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on a pause, and then I'll be right back with you once I get that done, and then we'll go further along, all right? I'll see you soon. Okay, I'm back, and right now we're still caramelizing, not marbleizing. I made a mistake with the word. Caramelizing the bacon. But right now I'm going to add some white wine to it. This is some pretty good white wine. We're going to do that. Here it goes. Where is it at? There it is. There's some kind of label somewhere. I want to label it. Well, here it is right there. There it goes. That's it. Pinot. 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 Hola. And while I was on pause, I actually did some things. I got the cornbread dressing and added it to the pot with a little seafood broth as well. You can see that. So this is what that looks like. Okay, it's still kind of like puffing up. So I'm gonna put some more up in there. Let it do some more and let it boil, you know, and get to that nice type of a texture that I'm after. You know, as it's doing, it's swelling a little bit, make it a little mushy, like, you know, that's the whole thing. Like, you see that? And this is where the bacon is still caramelizing. All right. All right. And I'll be right back.